Imagine a glitch in the simulation, a fundamental constant utterly violated. Observe closely. Every twitch, every read, every calculated burst of speed is a single filament, meticulously woven into a web designed not just a trap, but to slowly, inexorably devour the opposing team. The true essence of Trea Turner's game begins not when he steps into the batter's box, but the nanosecond his cleats touch the dirt after a successful swing. He isn't just fast, he is a kinetic anomaly, a blur of controlled chaos whose acceleration curve defies conventional biomechanics. His first step, a violent, instantaneous propulsion, is a masterclass in converting potential energy into kinetic force, shattering the pitcher's carefully constructed rhythm. It's a microsecond decision-making matrix firing at peak capacity, processing angles, throws, and defensive alignments with the cold efficiency of a supercomputer. He understands the psychological impact of his speed, the subtle erosion it causes in the opposing pitcher's focus, transforming an otherwise routine pickoff attempt into a high-stakes duel of wills. From the moment he reaches base, the entire defensive alignment of the opposition shifts, subtly but significantly. In a league where marginal gains dictate outcomes, Trea Turner doesn't just push the margins, he redefines them, forcing outfielders to shade deeper, infielders to commit earlier, and pitchers to obsessively glance towards first, second, or third. This isn't merely opportunistic base running. It's a systemic attack, an act of intellectual aggression designed to dismantle the very architecture of a defensive strategy. He's the player who, on a routine ground ball to second, somehow transforms it into a game of inches at first, forcing a rushed throw, a slight bobble, or a desperate dive that was never truly intended. Turner's average sprint speed of 30.7 feet per second in his prime is consistently among the league's absolute elite, a velocity that, on average, allows him to reach first base in under 4.0 seconds on a ground ball, faster than 99% of all professional players. This unprecedented velocity isn't just about stealing bases. It's about dictating the entire tempo of a game, making every single an immediate threat of a double, every double a looming triple, and every walk a preamble to a scoring opportunity. He doesn't simply run the bases. He colonizes them, establishing a presence that ripples through the entire defensive structure, creating fissures where none existed before. He is a disruptive algorithm, systematically exploiting every fractional hesitation, every millimeter of misplaced anticipation, turning the diamond into his own personal proving ground for pure, unadulterated speed. Beyond the blinding speed, Trea Turner's defensive work at shortstop is a masterclass in fluid motion and preternatural anticipation. His glove isn't just an extension of his arm. It's a finely tuned sensor, reacting to batted balls with the precision of a predator snatching prey mid-flight. He possesses an almost uncanny ability to read hops, anticipate trajectories, and glide across the infield with an elegance that belies the violent athleticism required for the position. The phrase smooth defense often undersells the complex biomechanics and cerebral processing involved. Turner makes the extraordinarily difficult appear effortless, a testament to countless hours of honed reflexes and mental acuity. His lateral range is exceptional, allowing him to cover vast swathes of the infield, snaring ground balls that, for lesser shortstops, would sail into the outfield. He possesses a rocket arm, accurate and powerful, capable of uncorking throws from the deepest part of the hole with laser-like precision, regularly robbing batters of base hits that seem destined for glory. The subtle art of turning the double play, a ballet of timing and communication, is executed by Turner with the rhythm of a seasoned conductor, seamlessly transitioning from fielding a grounder to an instantaneous transfer and release. He's a silent guardian, positioning himself with an almost clairvoyant understanding of opposing hitters' tendencies, cutting off potential gaps before they even materialize. Despite his primary offensive reputation, Trea Turner has consistently posted an average of 8 outs above average, OA, per season over his career, a metric that places him among the top 10% of all shortstops in range and defensive efficiency. This isn't simply about preventing runs. It's about extinguishing rallies, preserving momentum, and subtly altering the psychological landscape of the game, instilling a creeping doubt in every batter who dares to hit a ball his way. He functions as a central nervous system for the infield, directing traffic, covering bases, and transforming a complex defensive web into a cohesive, impenetrable barrier. His defensive prowess serves as the hidden bedrock for his overall impact, creating an almost unfair equilibrium where he is both an offensive spark plug and a defensive anchor, rarely conceding an inch. Then there is the bat, an extension of his relentless, disruptive philosophy. Trea Turner is not a power hitter in the traditional sense, yet his consistent contact and ability to spray the ball to all fields make him an offensive juggernaut. He attacks pitches with a controlled violence, his compact swing generating exceptional bat speed, allowing him to react to even the nastiest off-speed pitches. He is a contact machine, rarely striking out, often putting the ball in play in advantageous spots that leverage his unparalleled speed. His approach at the plate is a scientific study in exploiting every possible advantage. He rarely swings at pitches outside the zone, forcing pitchers to throw strikes, which he then obliterates. He is a master of the inside-out swing, often punching balls to the opposite field with surprising authority, keeping defenses honest and stretched thin. The true brilliance of his hitting, however, lies in its symbiotic relationship with his base running. A seemingly innocuous single up the middle transforms into a double before the outfielder has even retrieved the ball. This is not incidental. It is fundamental to his strategy. He hits the ball hard enough and places it well enough to maximize his sprint speed, turning what would be a productive but standard hit for others into an instant extra base threat. He holds the distinction of being one of only 3 players in MLB history to record 30-plus doubles, 10-plus triples, and 30-plus stolen bases in a single season, a testament to his unparalleled ability to generate extra base hits purely through speed and aggressive base running. This isn't just good hitting, it's strategic hitting, each contact a calculated attempt to further destabilize the opposing team, turning their defensive efforts into a frantic scramble. He's not just driving in runs. He's driving opposing managers to tear their hair out, knowing that even a perfectly executed pitch can quickly devolve into a chaotic base-running clinic. His bat isn't just for hitting. It's a trigger, initiating a chain reaction of pressure, panic, and inevitable defensive breakdowns that systematically chip away at the opponent's resolve. The true horror of facing Trea Turner, the insidious, creeping dread, isn't found in any single sprint, glove stab, or line drive. It manifests in the cumulative effect of his presence, the relentless, multi-limbed assault that slowly, imperceptibly, begins to break down the opponent's entire system. He is the ultimate pressure point, a living, breathing vector of destabilization. Imagine a microscopic parasite, not immediately lethal, but designed to infiltrate a healthy organism, silently replicating, slowly siphoning vital energy. At first, the host barely notices a slight fatigue, a flicker of inefficiency. But over time, the parasite's numbers swell, its influence spreads, disrupting cellular function, compromising organ systems, until the once robust host begins to unravel from within, its defenses collapsing under an unseen, pervasive attack. This is Trea Turner. Every stolen base is not just a base gained, but a tiny, almost imperceptible stress fracture in the pitcher's focus, a subtle disruption in the catcher's rhythm. Every deep drive, turned into a double by pure acceleration, is another molecule of doubt injected into the outfielder's confidence, forcing them to play deeper, opening up new vulnerabilities. Every impossible defensive stop is another erosion of the batter's morale, a vivid demonstration that even their best efforts might be rendered futile. He doesn't just hit the ball, he hits the opposition's nerve endings. The initial impact is often manageable, even impressive, but it's the relentless, unceasing nature of his pressure that transforms admiration into a creeping, unsettling dread. He is the human embodiment of the death by 1,000 cuts analogy, only each cut, though small, is surgically precise, designed to trigger a cascade of systemic failures. By the sixth inning, the opposing team isn't just losing. They are becoming undone, their previously coherent defensive structure disintegrating into a flailing, desperate entity. The subtle movements that once defined their precision have become clumsy. The confident throws, now riddled with hesitation. The decisive plays, paralyzed by overthinking. They are not merely beaten. They are decomposed, their athletic vitality systematically extracted by an unseen, invasive force. It's like watching a perfectly formed organism succumb to a rapidly spreading fungal infection. Its internal structure dissolving into a grotesque, yet fascinating, breakdown of form and function. This is the true, visceral impact of Trea Turner. He forces his opponents to organically rot, in real time, on the diamond. The most fascinating predators don't simply kill, they disassemble.